This guy just said that jam, Meghan's jam, and polo are royal stuff. Jam, I said, jam. You know the jam we all eat on Sunday mornings on our toast, jam and toast? He says that that's royal stuff. I mean, okay, the polo part, I can forgive him for thinking that, although I do think that I've heard or read that polo really began in India and it wasn't among the aristocracy or the king of India. I don't know that there has ever been a king of India. It was just a sport in India that the British stole the idea and brought it back to England. But do correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, who started polo? So the idea that polo is royal stuff, I'm not going to take this guy to task too much about it because I don't know, but I believe I read that it really was from India, Iran, those kinds of countries that the British and the other European countries got this idea, right? So it's not really royal, but the idea that jam, I mean, I did say jam, you guys, is royal, is like it's cute. It's cutesy patootsy. This guy Andrew Galt. So he wants Harry and Meghan to lose their titles. And one person down here says, what did she say? She said, I don't even see it anymore. She said, take all the titles except for, it says here, take away the Sussex title and leave the Dumbarton title. Oh, wow. So it's not the title. It's not just the title, it's that they think it's a nice title. They like the title Sussex, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. What did I say about, what do I think about that? Look, I mean, I would say that Meghan is a better woman than me because my blood is so hot. Oh my God, it's so hot that I wouldn't have had a title at this point, because it would just make me feel nauseous and I would have handed them back that title a long time ago, because I don't need your title, you stupid made up BS. This is made up. All of it. All of it is made up. The whole concept of king and queen is made up. But certainly these titles are just completely ridiculous. The HRH is made up. The titles are made up. This senior working royal status is made up. The whole bloody thing is make believe. It's like, it's not even like a marshmallow. It's like just there's nothing in there. Like it's puff. It's puffery, right? It's like water bubbles that can just pop in 2 seconds, right? And I mean, look, the French Revolution should tell you everything. None of this means anything unless the people, until the people decide that it does or it does not, the majority of the people. I mean, it's nonsense, right? So the titles are really just made up nonsense, but it's cute made up nonsense. It's fairy tale made up nonsense. Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Duke of Cambridge, Duke and Duchess of Cornwall, this and that, King Charles this, King that. I mean, look, William can go from being Prince William to King Xavier of whatever. He can choose any title. All of a sudden, he wakes up, Charles dies tonight. William wakes up tomorrow and just gives himself a totally new name that nobody had ever even heard of. This should tell you everything about these titles and these names. It's all make believe. It's made up fairy tale nonsense. Nonsense. It's like myth and mythology and, men with the bodies of a horse and the head of a human. Look, it's just completely silly. Okay, but this guy's he's literally going to give birth in 2 seconds if Meghan and Harry's titles are not stripped, except for the Dumbarton title. It's tiresome, it's tedious, and I remember a time when I said, don't give up your titles, hold your titles, because once they give up the titles, it's and I think they offered to do that as part of the deal when they left, that whole Sandringham summit and whatever. A part of the deal was, take your titles back. We don't need it. We're just Harry and Meghan. And they were just Harry and Meghan for like 2 seconds. They're like, just call us Harry and Meghan. You know what? It's the one thing that I wish they had stuck with, because at this point, we wouldn't be having this tiresome conversation about titles. But because of the way these people are, I mean, you give up the titles, then it's going to be that they don't want them to take international trips. I mean, what is going to be next? Are they going to confiscate their passports? I don't even know at this point where this is heading. They went to Nigeria and somehow they successfully turned the Nigerian first lady against Harry and Meghan. This is serious. They start talking about friendly states and hostile states and all kinds of things. Next thing, the Nigerian first lady starts singing like an effing canary, right, to please these people. It was embarrassing. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. I mean, that's how slavery happened. So okay, whatever. But look, that said, I digress. What would I do at this point? Look, I'm not the one because my blood is hot. My blood is very hot. I'm a cusp person. I'm on the cusp, right? I'm on the cusp. So there's only so much I can take before this whole thing goes nuclear, right? And that's why I can't be president. I can't be president. I would press that button. I would press the nuclear button. I would, right? Because I get fed up, right? So if you're going to ask me what I would do in Harry and Meghan's place, I would tell you I wouldn't even have a title at this point. And I think it's good that Harry and Meghan have a title. But here's the thing. I think it's good that Harry and Meghan held on to their title. I think it's good they defy them. I think it's good that they force them to make your move. You want to take my title? Take it, you little twit. Twits, plural. Take it and hang it on your heads. We don't need it. Okay. I wish that, I had had the gumption to take that position. What I would do, knowing me, I would wake up one morning and that morning would have already occurred, as I said. And I would have enough. It would be enough. It would be enough. And I would start whipping up a press conference and I would just hand them back their title and tell them where to put that. But in poetic terms, like it would be it, I wouldn't trust myself, so I would have my professionals write it because if I wrote it, it just would not be good. It wouldn't be good for the children. So I would give this up. And but the thing is that Princess Archie and Princess Archie, Lord have mercy. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana are always going to be Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana from Harry. Unless they try to take Harry's Prince Harry, which is interesting. I mean, that's a different thing because that would be next, right? Because they take the Duke and Duchess, or Harry and Meghan gives up the Duke and Duchess. Now they're coming after Prince Harry and Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie. That was a big blunder I made earlier. These people are exhausting. I think, but notice what he says here is Charles discusses stripping Meghan of royal title. It's Meghan that they're after. Um, it's Meghan that they're after. What would I do? I mean, I have no advice. I only say what I would do. They would have had their title back a long time ago. Take it and shove it where you know where, right? Honestly. Um, but if they do it, it's kind of, I understand why they haven't done it. It's like giving in to these people and making life easy for them. But it's like, it's so incredibly infuriating that I would wake up like tomorrow morning and I would call a press conference and I would say that going forward, it's Prince Harry and Meghan. Okay, that's who we are. We don't want any of your royal titles, right? We don't want any of your royal titles. You can have them all. We don't want Duke of Duchess. We don't want Dumbarton. It's like fuck you, kind of thing. I mean, there goes my monetization on this, but that was just this is what I'm saying. Right, this is what I'm saying. I could not be a princess I can't be a duchess. I can't be a duchess. I can't be a duchess. Um, because I would just lose my temper with these people. I would lose my temper. I would lose my temper, right? Um, Listen, if I were Harry and Meghan, but maybe I should sleep on this. I always say to myself, Marion, I say to myself, Marion, don't take any action until tomorrow. Because the thing is, I know when I'm going to do something irreversible. I know it. Like you can see it in the way I'm walking, right? It's always something that happens where I have to get home to do it. It always is. And I'm like, Marion, when you get home, I want you to go to bed and wake up tomorrow and see if you feel the same way. And it never occurs. Never, never. I wheel into the apartment. And my God, the fire in my head, in my eyes, in my ears is so immense, right? That I can't stop myself. And I do the very thing I say that I'm not going to do, right? Because I'm freaking pissed, right? This is what happens. And you can see, if you watch me, you can see it in my gait as I'm coming home. I'm effing livid. And there's hell to pay. There's hell to pay, right? So in this situation, it's like I make a decision. It's done. Take your title, blah, blah, blah. And I do my press conference. It's over. Get out of my life. Just get the hell out of my life, right? Which is why I don't want to say that tonight. I want to say, let's sleep on this. Let's sleep on this because if I make a decision tonight, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I need to take a time out. I need to take a time out because I'm very livid